So, being an entrepreneur, small business owner, a lot of days are great because you're doing what you love. But there's some days that aren't great, no matter what you do. And so, if you could just tell the crowd, we've talked about what you're looking forward to, but what's one of the biggest challenges for you right now?
Okay, so as Brian has mentioned, we've been in business for 27 years, and we're known for families, high school seniors, business children, more like portrait. We're a full service portrait studio here in town. And our biggest challenge right now is we're learning how to diversify our brand into that volume part of photography, where creating relationships with schools, specifically like superintendents and ADs, they've got really good gatekeepers. We're wanting to break into the volume because that's just kind of a nice fallback for us with the business, because we're very seasonal here in Nebraska. We're not nice all year round with outdoors, so we have to be able to pivot. So relationships are a big part of our business, and creating those relationships with those people, it's the tricky part for us because we'd love to be able to get into more volume that fits our schedule. Like, we don't want to get a ton of it, but we want to find those right schools and organizations that fit best for our schedule, because we've worked really hard to create a schedule that we enjoy. And with that said, being more of a mature business and being entrepreneurs, we love the growth part of it because there's a lot of excitement with the hustle and creating something new and meeting new people. Like, that's just something that we love to do. So with learning to diversify, we're still getting that hustle and growth feel with learning to do new things and add new people to our work.
I would say for our industry, one of the hardest things is, especially this last year, 2 years, has been finding enough help in order to stay open and produce what we need to produce. We have the customer base is having the right amount of employees. And so I can say right now we are finally fully staffed and trained and life is smooth. But it wasn't always that way this last year. And so we just getting people in there and getting them trained so we can give good customer service. Another thing, as far as like everyday type of thing, is just trying to, when we're taking cake orders per se, trying to get what one person is thinking into what we're trying to get from that to do their cake exactly the way they want it. And sometimes you can't always please your customer. You need to always try to please your customer because customers are first. They're always right, no matter what. But I'd say that's our hardest.
I would say our most difficult thing is just educating people on what we do and make sure it's all legal. We get people from all different types of life, from college kids all the way up through 9-year-old people looking for pain relief or anything like that, and just educating them on what we do. Everything we do is fully legal. We do everything we're supposed to do above and beyond that. And then finding help is very, very hard. We work really hard at that, trying to find the right people to work with, especially when working out of state and stuff like that, just finding the right people to work with to help you build your brand. But educating people definitely is a day-to-day thing. We wear lots of hats because there's not very many employees at our company. But I feel like I educate, do tours, do things like this just to educate people and let them know that we're out there. And we do something different than nobody else in the country does. So just getting people out, educating them, and teaching them about CBD and everything it can do for their bodies. So.
Yeah, I guess the common theme is just learning to discern on which employees to hire or which people to trust with your vision, with your business. So that's probably the hardest thing right now for me, is to discern which coaches to trust with my baby, to hand it off and trust that their vision is in line with my vision and their passion is in line with my passion. I think probably the area I've struggled with is maybe trusting the wrong people. Not necessarily that they're malicious, but they don't have that same passion or desire, and things just don't don't click or mesh well. So this past year, I think that's been the biggest thing, just trying to be more discerning on who to trust and how to navigate through that. Definitely been an obstacle. So.
I'd say for us, it's driving traffic into our tap room. We feel like we've thrown everything but the kitchen sink just to see what would stick as far as events or social media advertisements and stuff of that nature, just to get people in the door. It started off with a bang when we first opened, and was great, but we just gotta continually push events and new beer and stuff to get people through the door, which can be fun at one hand, trying different things, but on the other hand, you just get tired of trying new things to get people to come in. We were small tap room, north part of town. We strategically placed it there because the research that we had done, most of the growth in Kearney was headed to the northwest. So I'd say in about 5-10 years we will be greatly positioned, but how do we make it that long to benefit from that? It's kind of where we're having to brainstorm at this point.
Great answers. Yeah. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, there's going to be challenges. And to Richard's point too, when it comes to employees, one of the things that someone told me once is no one will ever love it as much as you do. And that's kind of a hard fact to take in, that no one will have the passion that I do for this thing, but I've got to trust them to help me grow it. So there's difficulty there, but I think too, one of the things that I've learned is that being able to help people along and help them find their passion and help them find something that they're really good at is really rewarding when you can find that person. And so it's a delicate balance. So